It's your experience of reporting in Sarajevo under siege, and I think that was back in '91.
Yes.
That seems to have transformed your ideas about using military power, and particularly using American military power against the perpetrators of crimes against humanity.
I decided I had to go to Bosnia to see if it was really true that mass murder on the basis of ethnicity was being employed as a tactic in Europe after the fall of the Berlin Wall, with NATO doing nothing about it, and the United Nations and the EU powerless to do a thing. Is this really happening? Can we actually be watching this as spectators? Went to Sarajevo, saw it happening. Modern, sophisticated, cosmopolitan city with no defenses, being bombed and shelled round the clock by militias trying to carry out what they themselves called, the propaganda term was not used against them, it was coined by them. They said they were cleansing. It was really happening, and it was really true that no European country and no international body was willing to do anything to arrest it. And I thought, well, the only power that can possibly stop this or turn it back is the United States.
Well, in fact, as you watched mortars hit the great library,
the National Library of Bosnia.
The National Library in Sarajevo.
Deliberate destruction of the cultural patrimony of one of Europe's most beautiful cities in broad daylight, unrebuked, unpunished. I agreed with what most of the Bosnians I knew wanted to see. They wanted to see the USAF appear in the skies and blow those militias off the mountain and get rid of the Milosevic regime. And I should just add, because it's not a detail, in the end, we did win the argument. I came back to Washington and I joined the faction that was arguing for this intervention. We took a long time to persuade Clinton. I don't say we did it, but we were among those who tried. Tony Blair was very important too in persuading him, I think, to adopt this policy. Here was an intervention that stopped the recrudescence of fascism in Europe, stopped the spread of a terrible war, put an end to an absolutely obscene dictatorship, and saved the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, returned them to their homes, and put the war criminals in the dock. And most of the left, not all, because people like myself and Susan Sontag and David Reif and the Tribune group in the British Parliamentary Labour Party and many other honourable leftists were for it. Majority of the left was, so to say, anti-war. In other words, either neutral or, in some cases, at least sympathetic to Milosevic's Serbian socialism. And I thought, well, that now to me has become a reactionary position. And if I'd been anti-war at that point, I'd want to look back and ask myself, am I so sure of the rightness of a policy that would have left Milosevic in charge of two cleansed and bombarded provinces and him as dictator of Serbia, a greater Serbia? No. But this outbreak of self-criticism has yet to occur among many of my comrades, I'm sorry to say.